Did you know that 44% of all millennial millionaires in the US live in California? If you're like me, you're also probably wondering if they moved to California before or after they become millionaires. But here's the real deal. Silicon Valley. Silicon Valley is where new ideas and businesses start up. So it's not surprising that young, smart people move to California to compete for the best-paying tech jobs. Software engineers can make a few $100,000 here without much trouble. But that's not why they have millions of dollars. Most companies give employees stock options as a way to pay them instead of money. Suppose you are a talented worker and you work for Google. So the best way for them to keep you working for them is they give you stock options instead of money. If you work for the company for 3, 5, or 10 years, you will get a certain number of stocks. After a year or two, suppose you want to find a new job. But you can't because if you leave, your options will expire. To use that option, you have to stay until the end of your contract. And that's the main thing that makes them rich. In fact, companies that pay their employees with stocks can write them off on their taxes, so everyone wins. These stocks are made by the company out of thin air. They are tax deductible and worth a lot of money, which make these talented people millionaires. So basically, it works out well for everyone. But it's not unusual for a lot of money to gather in one city or state in a small group of people's hands. In fact, the richest 1% of people control 43.4% of the world's wealth. And that's exactly what we will focus on in this video. How do we become part of the richest 1%? What industries will be the most important in the future? And where should you put your money so that you never have to work again? In this video, we'll take you to the 5 investments to make to never work again. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and that little notification bell icon so that you don't miss out on any of our video updates. Plus, it helps us spread the Thrive Wise love to help more people thrive wisely. Now, let's begin. Number 1. Climate tech. Late in the 19th century, oil as we know it now was found, and since then it has literally changed the world. It led to the creation of cars, planes, and even rockets. It led to the US' largest infrastructure project, which changed the whole country. In fact, oil was the thing that made America's first billionaire and the world's richest person 100 years ago. When John Rockefeller was young, he realized how important this commodity was and quickly began to build his empire. Soon, he had a monopoly on oil in the country. In 1913, he was worth $900 million, which was almost 3% of the entire US economy. For comparison, 3% of the US GDP is worth $630 billion today, so he was richer back then than Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos put together. Because of this, his business empire branched out to 34 different companies. These companies still exist today and are still top of their fields. This industry has also changed the world's geography and politics. For example, it has made the monarchies in the Middle East very rich. Aramco, which is a state-owned Saudi company that adopted the Rockefeller method, controls the oil in the country. It is worth more than $2 trillion and was the most valuable company in the world a few years ago. But oil will eventually run out. Even though there is still a lot of oil, it has reached its peak in 2019. Now the trend is going down. It will cost more and more to get oil out of the ground, so oil prices will keep going up or oil companies won't be able to make money. So the need for energy that comes from natural sources will only grow. Also, climate change is a problem that puts the future of all people in danger. These two things keep the climate tech industry going. Oil has been important for the past 150 years. But renewable technology will be important for the next 100 more years. Climate tech startups raised a record $32 billion around the world in 2021. Every year this number will keep going up. So if you want to make an investment that is sure to grow, you should put your money into this industry. Number 2. Healthcare. What happened in 2020 didn't come as a shock. If you look back at history, you'll see that pandemics have happened many times. And the last one was 1918. It was terrible in every way, but in the last 100 years, as technology has grown so quickly, so has life expectancy. We realize that we can easily live to be 80, 90, or even 100 years old if we take better care of ourselves. The COVID-19 pandemic was a warning that everything we have built could be lost in an instant if we stop caring about our health. But that's only one point of view. The other reason is that we can make technologies that can make us live longer. For a long time, things like mRNA were thought to be fake, but Moderna came along and made the first mRNA vaccine. With this vaccine, you don't have to inject the virus itself, just enough of it to make cells that are similar. With this technology, we can make medicines more quickly, better, and for less money. Since then, anyone who puts money into Moderna has made a lot of money. Biotech companies, on the other hand, are just starting out. You have Vertex, Roche, and Pfizer. Putting all your money onto one of these companies is risky, but you can try Vanguard Healthcare ETF or VHT. This company owns shares of the biggest biotech companies like Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, and the others. And this will lead us to the next, which is number 3, VTI. VTI stands for Vanguard Total Stock Market, which is an ETF or an exchange-traded fund. ETFs are a type of pooled investment security that work a lot like mutual funds. People usually talk about the S&P 500 when they recommend an ETF, but it's not the only ETF out there. Companies on the S&P 500 list are great, but they aren't the only ones in the country. As of 2019, there are 32.5 million businesses in the US, and the stock market lists thousands of them. So you want to make money not just from the top 500 companies on the S&P 500, but from the whole economy. Even Tesla just recently joined this ETF, and there are a lot of great companies that are not on the S&P 500 list. Take for example VTI. The goal of the VTI ETF is to mirror the structure of the US stock market. For a low fee, it offers a portfolio that is widely diversified and has a low turnover. It includes the entire US equity market that can be invested in. It has very low fees, which makes it a great place to invest for the long term. One of my favorite ETFs is this one. Okay, we're about halfway through this video, so I'd like you to help me out in some way. Immediately pause this video and please do give me a huge favor by clicking like, and if you are new, kindly click subscribe. If you did, you're great, and we really appreciate your help. Rest assured, we'll bring you more videos that will help you thrive wisely. And going back, number 4, REITs or Real Estate Investment Trusts. Real estate is one of the industries that I absolutely love, especially for the fact that it provides a stable cash flow. You have total control over it, and it keeps sending you paychecks. Of course, it requires some level of management, but it's manageable to a certain extent. However, not everyone enjoys that. A property means constant problems. You have to find tenants, something breaks down, you have to fix it, you have to pay taxes, renovate it, and a million other things. It's really time-consuming. What makes real estate so special is that real estate prices keep rising. Even if they crash, they will eventually bounce back. Take the biggest real estate crash of 2008. Prices haven't just jumped back to where they have been, but they have risen significantly since then. So, how do you invest in real estate without actually buying any property? The answer is real estate investment trusts or REITs. REITs are businesses that own and manage properties, and they are traded in the stock market. So by investing in an REIT, you are investing in real estate indirectly. But what I like the most is that there are REIT ETFs like VNQ, Vanguard Real Estate Index Fund, that invest in multiple REITs. Number 5. Online courses. With the rise of the internet, education has become widely accessible, especially with places like Khan Academy, Skillshare, and others. We should have moved to online education long ago, but we didn't. So 2020 pushed the entire world to move to online education. And it seems like this industry is going to explode in the next decade or so. Today, you can literally access any information on the internet, learn anything from YouTube, and master any skill from your favorite blogger. There are multiple ways to invest in this sector. Of course, you have traditional means such as education companies that are listed on the stock market or ETFs that are focused on this industry. You can even get into this industry on your own if you are good enough at something. But I prefer startups in this industry because it's growing too fast and it has a huge potential. I am almost sure that 20 years from now, education is going to look entirely different with all of these new tools we have. Well, that's basically the 5 investments to make to never work again. And thank you so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed this, then you will probably learn a lot more from watching this other video. 10 habits that will dramatically improve your life forever. If you click on the screen right now, you can go and watch that. Do you want to learn more on how to thrive wisely? What videos would you want to watch next? Feel free to comment down below. And please don't forget to click the subscribe button to see more videos on how to thrive wisely. Till next time.